What's up, old school RuneScape fans? It's your boy Ojama here. It's back with another episode of Fresh Start. Fresh Start now has a system that I'm going to kind of employ, and it's pretty much going to be like a daily trade check, so you guys can follow along, make sure that your trades and my trades kind of look the same. And then I'm going to do like a forecast, like the news for the items that we're going for, talk about picks and stuff like that, and then just like update the net worth and stuff, just so we have like a day-to-day daily check-in, so that if I see anything in the market, you guys are aware of it in case something happens, so then you guys can leave your trades in. If, like, say you got 4 mil on an account, you can leave it in for the week, and you don't, if I'm on top of this stuff, then you guys have a reason to watch, and then I can provide you a little bit of value in everyday little trade. Because today in particular, you're going to want to hear a little bit of what I have to say about that, because something is happening in the Elemental Runes market forecast. I'm sure from just hearing that, you probably just go look up the live chart right now, but I just want to kind of update everything, just show you guys how close cycle trading is going, and then check over the runes real quick. So today's episode should be quick, and the daily content should be kind of more structured and simple. And I'm going to try to do like the money makers and stuff like that in separate episodes, separate different things, so that I can kind of like split off and then make more niche content for the different type of old school RuneScape players that are coming to my channel. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. Thanks everybody for who's been watching so far, and I hope I can continue to make you bank. So let's jump into it. So as you can see, I mean, one of my things, one of the commenters on my last video said that they couldn't really see stuff, so I scrunched all the my accounts together so you can kind of see the ones I have up. So I have 20 accounts going, and essentially the strategy for trading right now, we're at about 21 million overall, 20.2 or 21 million, whatever it is. But we are doing very well. We're just have a combination of sells and buys going on, and it doesn't really seem to matter in the long schemes. You know what I mean? Like having a specific, which one should I sell first? Which should I sell on 2 and buy on 1? Should I buy on 2, sell on 1? That's really going to be up to you. But as long as you have about 1 mil per account, I do recommend you wake up, check your accounts, and then before you go to bed, check your accounts again, because the updates now, like for this one, for instance, it's only been an hour, and this is like pretty much at a point where we could update it and then just like move the cash around. Because like if I go to bed with this is a major dump just happened. That's why I hit the 50K limit here. But if I go to bed, I'm going to be missing out on about 30,000 runes on this account. So I mean, like twice a day. It seems to be in the sweet spot. Okay, so now let's talk about how much bank I made. So the last one I have written down is from 7.5. Today is now 7.8. And we were at 13 million net worth, and we have a 1.1 dono pile. Today's 7.8, and after I did the math, we had about, if I can find the number, 20. This is times 1,000. So 20.2 mil today, 7.8. So I just chucked. That is a 7 mil profit. So I chucked 700,000 onto the dono pile. So that is where we are at there. 1.8. It's getting high, and I think if we keep increasing exponentially, it should start to go higher. Obviously, it's just gonna be kind of cool to see like a 10 mil dono pile or a 20 mil or 100 mil or whatever it is. But yeah, so real quick, from 7.5 to 7.8, I've just been checking about once or twice a day, and we have a 7 mil growth. So if we take that, so that is 3 days, we're looking at a 2.3 mil growth per day. And again, it's not technically realized gains, but the way that these are selling, they're selling pretty well. These items are selling pretty well, and we're doing pretty good money here. So I've been just kind of looking at them throughout the day. So if you have like free time and stuff, I would just look at it throughout the day and just like, because it's kind of passive. And then whenever you see an account like get a big dump or sell whatever, that's kind of how I would go about that. So we were looking at 2.3 mil a day, looking pretty good. The trades look healthy. We have about an equal flow in and out at the same time. It's not going to be magic, but like if we were to break this down, so then if we're at 2.33 mil, so this is what we are getting per day. If we divide that by 20, we're getting about 116,000 per day. So if we took that divided by 24, you could expect about 4,861 GP per hour buying and selling air runes and fire runes. Okay, so that's kind of how that breaks down. So again, just to reverse the math, if we take that times 24, we're getting 116,000 per account. If we take that times 20, we're getting 2.3 mil a day. So, okay. So if you have one account, then, expect 116K a day on that account. That is phenomenal, is what I'm saying. Like, my goal for accounts is 30K, and we are seeing such a wash in the trades for fires and airs that this is really just like really, really, really good. But again, daily content, I'll update it, let you guys know how that grows, and we'll just look day to day. We'll kind of track I mean, that'd be kind of a good idea if I started making like a graph for us to track like what kind of profits we can get with this item or whatever. But I mean, like I said, as long as we stay above 30K, we're doing pretty good. But this is kind of beating out the elemental runes, and I think a lot of that has to do with buy limits. Elemental runes have 50K buy limit, and the pure essence has 30,000 buy limit. So now let's just go look at the runes really quickly. We go to the home screen here. Pure essence, let's just take a quick look at that. We had a bunch of peaks into the 2. This doesn't really mean anything. When we see like, it looks like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 there, so 16, 20, 22 peaks to 2. And then here's another one right there. So that's like 23 peaks to 2, 24 peaks to 2. That's nothing, right? So we're still getting these major dumps. 40 million at 1. So, if you had 1,000 traders, all of them are getting filled. Their buy limits are getting hit. Okay. So then just to talk about pure essence, from my last sale, I made 1.4, and I just asked the Discord. Just asked the Discord what their most recent sales were. And somebody told me Saturday. So about 2 days ago, they sold 17 million for 1.55 each. So the margin's still holding pretty good. We're looking at a 40 to 50% ROI and a 20% ROI on the air runes and the fire runes. So those are all looking really, really healthy for like profit. So now if we look at fire runes, we have a solid margin, 5.6, 5.6, 5.6, 5.6. A lot of volume here. 10 mil dump here, 2 mil dump there, 4 mil dump. You know what I mean? And there's lots and lots of dumps. So we got 1 mil dump here, 1.6 mil dump. But I will comment on that the daily volume is a little bit less today than it was yesterday. Yesterday, when I looked at it on yesterday's episode, it was about 570 mil. So today we are looking at a little bit less than half. So it is going to be a little bit slower today, but it seems to still be really performing really well, like based on my profit that I've been making on the sales and stuff like that. But this is lower volume than normal, about half. So then let's look at our next item on the list, which is air rune. Yesterday's daily volume was about 200 million, and today we're looking at about 122 mil. So a little bit slower on the trading today, a little bit less than fire rune, so you're going to get a little bit less, but this is still performing pretty well. Again, we have a solid 6.5 margin. We have big major dumps, 10 mil. Normally when you see a big major dump with one type of rune, that's usually somebody dumping all the runes out at once, so then you'll see very similar dumps in the around the same time. So if you say 10 mil of a fire, you'll probably see 10 mil of another elemental rune. That's usually how that works. And if you see a big dump like this and we're holding these margins, that means there's a massive demand for them. Whatever. It's just gonna, if we see a 10 mil dump and it doesn't crash the margin, then we're in a good space to keep trading at this at these price points. We don't have to really worry about our flow being interrupted. So now if we go to water rune. Water rune, this is the one I wanted to talk about today. In the intro, I kind of teased it a little bit. So we have 91 mil. That's roughly about where water runes usually are per day, 90 to 150 mil runes per day. So this is about the same volume. But as you can see here, we had a normal day, 5.6, 5.6. It's been holding there, but this one is starting to tumble. So if one elemental rune starts to tumble, they all tend to follow. So this is we're maybe going to head into a season where water runes, where all the elemental runes are going to come back to 5.4, which is good, because then if we purchase huge bulk amounts from this, we are now back into the trading territory where we're able to trade with bulkers and then help them out and help us out, move large volumes at the same time, because this is good. This is good to do this way, but if like you start getting into huge volumes of runes, trading them off onto one account and then selling them all in 1 second and then giving the money or having money resetting like that is a little bit more efficient, like in terms of buying capacity. You get 3 slots instead of locking up 1 or 2 slots at a time, so you do technically get more runes faster. You know what I mean? I mean, like 3 is more than 2. Okay, does that make sense? You should be able to get about 33% more runes per week, 33 to 66% more runes a week, because you won't be locking up the slots. So it is an advantage to do that, though it is a little bit more annoying to set it up and reset it every week or every other week, however you have it set. But yeah, again, just saying again, I just want to say this is also a signal that all the runes might start crashing. But if this holds for another couple days, that means we can start going back in on waters. If we want to try to, if we go in on waters, then we can sell it also to the bulkers for 4.8, 4.9, and get that really high sales turnover and just like really quickly reinvest it back in. Right. Plus always selling to a bulker, getting in a good trade relationship with bulkers and stuff like that opens you up to more opportunities to make more money with other items, because they tend to buy a lot more than just the top 4, the elemental runes and the pure essence and stuff like that. Next up would be earth runes, and earth runes are kind of trash. I mean, if this holds out, not trying to kind of trash, but I mean, like, in terms of like purchasing. So like, if we see something like this, we're not going to see a lot of action where we can actually make a lot of money, because we want to buy it here at 4, because we can consistently buy it at 5, but since we're seeing very low points at the top, we're not going to be able to sell it for 6. So you're actually going to want to go for 4. But as you see, the 5-6 fighting margin here, that's going to take away multiple opportunities for us to catch it at 4. So actually, when you see 56 million here, which is also a super low amount of volume, this is really, really low. When you see that, there's not a lot of opportunities for us to get it at 4. So for instance here, we got 20 to 0. Let's just say 0 to 20. So it's out of 20 hours, 0 to 7 is at 5-6. So we have 7 hours out of the 20. So 35% of the time we cannot get a 4. You know what I mean? Like, so for 7 hours, that's almost 30. That's over 30% of the time today. There was no opportunity for us to catch any at 4, which means that if we take that into 56 million, take away 56 million. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. 36 million. This is the daily volume for actually trades that we were able to actually get our get an opportunity to try to get, was dropped way down to 36 million, which is about, it's like 15% of what fire runes are doing today. So I'm just trying to say, like, comment on how that makes earth runes kind of hard, kind of bad to go for right now. I mean, if this holds, we're back in business and we can trade. We can split above, or we can spread it all the way across the board. We can go for all 4 elemental runes. We can go for pure essence. We can really split the volume up, not just like be a 2 rune item Andy, where we just go for 2 of them. We can split them up. Like, if I go for 20, then my next 20 I can go water and earth, and then just really build a bigger portfolio of sales that we have an attempt to grab. So this is the type of updates that I think we're going to go for. Just daily forecasts, just daily trades, just keep it nice and niche. Like, you know, you want to see fresh start stuff, but like fresh start right now, like how I'm going to build my bank. Now that I have this operation going, there's not really anything else for me to do that's worth my time, because you know what I mean? Like, if I break down, so I got 20 accounts, so it's 2.3 mil a day divided by 24. That's 97K an hour. There's really, and that's 24 hours of the day. So if we took that times 24, if we divided that by 8 hours, I would have to do something that's over not 290K an hour for it to really be worth my time, or else I should just be building more free-to-play accounts and then investing in those, because this is my main strategy. This is like, ultimately, this is kind of why I stopped even playing members, because my personal goal is to make a lot of freaking money. So then, like, trading kind of took over. When you have 500 to 750 accounts, there's no other real activity except for fun to really spend my time doing. Between YouTube and RuneScape, this is going to be my best moneymaker. And yeah, those early moneymakers in those earlier episodes, I was just suggesting that you do those to get your upfront capital, because once you start hitting, if we look back at my notebook here, once we hit, what did we hit? 1.4? I think I even started trading way earlier. I think even around 500K, I started trading the pure essence, and it just exponentially went up with very low effort. And it's kind of hard to do anything else when you see this kind of these types of gains without really doing anything else. So I mean, like, just where I'm at as a player, I only want to trade, so I just try to maximize the one thing that is for me. But yeah, if I find some other unique moneymakers and stuff like that, I'll try to do side episodes to upload in accordance with the Fresh Start series. But like, this is kind of like, for the people I'm trying to help out, this is going to be your bread and butter. Anything else you do is just going to be in addition to what I'm teaching you here. And I really just want to focus on this part, because like, while you're waiting for trades, hop on your main and just do work. You know what I mean? Do whatever you're doing. High elk, all that other stuff. Or if you got specific questions for me to answer, let me know, and then I can kind of curate content for that specifically. But like, until I start getting some feedback for like what people specifically want to see or questions to be answered, I'm just going to kind of focus on what I think you guys need. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. And if I think if you guys made it this far in this episode, you should probably subscribe to listen to me talk this long. That you should be subscribed, because obviously I'm for you and you're for me. So thank you for watching. Make some money. Good luck, guys. See you later.